Three, two, one. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in into another of my videos. I really appreciate it, guys. This video is slash podcast. We're just gonna talk anime. Today, I really feel like talking about Dragon Ball Z. We have so many great characters in Dragon Ball Z. We don't really get to explore all of them or talk about all of them. There's some characters that made the biggest impact in Dragon Ball Z overall, and I want to pick my favorite from Dragon Ball Z. It's Trunks from the future. Let me explain why. Most people forgot about Trunks, how important his role in the whole Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super story developed. First of all, Dragon Ball Z, we find out that there's even stronger beings in the universe. First, we see Trunks when Frieza comes to Earth. He wants to destroy Earth. We see Trunks. We don't know a thing about Trunks. We have no idea who Trunks is. We don't know a thing. All he does is kills Frieza, King Cold like nothing. For Goku and all the sea fighters, it was Krillin die, Vegeta die, and they couldn't even keep up with Frieza. Goku had a hard time, honestly, until he went Super Saiyan. And you see this new character we don't know anything about, and he just goes Super Saiyan like nothing and kills the most powerful being that we knew at the time in the Dragon Ball Z universe like nothing. Splits him in half, destroys. To see a character like that is very impressive, and to Frieza a couple minutes is just such an amazing thing to see in that franchise. Frieza being the almighty powerful bad guy that everybody and then Trunks comes along and chop him off like it's meat. We see Trunks is no ordinary Saiyan at the same time. He comes from the future. He's the son of Vegeta and Bulma. He tells Goku. But we find out about his story. I'm not gonna touch the story about the movie about him, Trunks from the future. I'm just gonna go from the Dragon Ball Z storyline. I do want to touch very, very good parts of it. I'm just gonna go on the surface because this story about Trunks very deep, powerful, and meaningful. Without Trunks, the Sea Fighters wouldn't have saved the future, and without Trunks, there would be no Dragon Ball Super, honestly. We see Trunks come back to the past. Things go accordingly what a better future will be. We see how strong he is. He's very young. He's already a Super Saiyan. At that time, being a Super Saiyan was no joke. Not even Vegeta was a Super Saiyan. Imagine to have Trunks appear out of nowhere with that power that was very impressive. We find out in his timeline that androids kill everybody. Vegeta, Goku died from heart attack, heart disease. Vegeta couldn't keep up. None of the above. We find out Gohan was his mentor. His story is just as savage as future Gohan. We get to see that Trunks didn't have easy life. He had to become a very strong being. He didn't have any choice. He didn't have any opportunity to enjoy his childhood. He lived through his whole early days in a very different world, just like Gohan. Gohan was his teacher. That's why we see the Gohan and Trunks from the future savage. Their training, their power levels were above what we see of the other Saiyans. One thing I wonder is how future Gohan wasn't able to become a... That's a lot of questions I do have to ask, and I wonder. However, we're not gonna go into that right now. So we see that this Trunks was trained by Gohan, was a savage, was very powerful for his age, for how long he was fighting. He didn't have as much training as future Gohan, as Goku or Vegeta. He just started fighting not very long ago. We see how powerful half Saiyan, half human is. They're able to rise to the ranks very quick, increase their power levels very, very abruptly. This is very interesting. We understand by his timeline, it was harsh, it was very hard to survive. That's what gave him that edge to be able to become stronger, to be able to push to the limits, to be able to become a Saiyan worthy of the name. It's a Saiyan worthy of being the son of the Prince Vegeta. We see how this kid, honestly, is... At that time, I think it was just as strong as Goku. Or maybe not to that point, or maybe Goku when he was in Namek. After, I just feel in the whole Android saga, we see progress of the androids and so I just don't think they kept them up as strong as they should have. We see that Vegeta becomes very strong, Trunks is strong. He should have more of the spotlight when he's fighting Cell. When he's fighting the androids, I think he needed more of a spotlight. With Gohan, I think it wasn't just good enough. I think because he came from the future, he should have been strong and keep up Gohan and Goku and everybody else. I just think that little by little, we just tend to see him more into the sidelines, and he was a monster. He was very strong, he was very powerful, very skilled. That's one of my favorite characters because he had willpower, he had abilities, skills, he was strong, and he was young, and I don't think you saw fear in him as in the other sea fighters. I think he was able to keep up, see things how they were. However, it's sad that we don't get the best out of Trunks. I think they just took his role a little out. You do give him the strength. He changed. He goes to the time chamber. He becomes stronger. And we don't get to see him become a Super Saiyan 2, and he should have. I think we should have being able to see him as a Super Saiyan 2, I think he deserved, and he worked hard enough to be able to become a Saiyan. Could go to another level of all his suffering, all his training, everything he ever had to live through should have been that he lost it when Cell starts killing everybody. I just think they gave Gohan the main role, the main spotlight. It's good, however, it should have been a part of him too. He suffered a lot. He comes from the future where the androids were harsh and more horrible. Why not build him up a little stronger? Why not build him up to be the defender of his time, be the Goku of that time? And he becomes strong, very strong, don't get me wrong. However, I think he could have been just like almost as strong as Gohan. Maybe not necessarily strong as Gohan. He didn't have to be to that power level. It's just sad that we didn't see Trunks become a full force to be reckoned. Him against Cell, it would have been beautiful to watch. I know they just Cell to be the most powerful that not even Goku could have keep up, but it should have been something that I wanted to see Trunks with that Saiyan armor and everything. He would look very, very, very good. Trunks is just, it's a being that really impressed me as one of the Saiyans, that to be son of the Prince of the Saiyans was very humble, very understanding. Not just that, he was a beast, a monster. I really like and enjoy his character. He could have been one of the main ones, and I still really want to see more of his story. I want to see a movie about him. He does come back, and this is gonna be a video for another time. He comes back in Dragon Ball Super, and he's still, his saga is amazing. I don't think it's the same Trunks as with the androids. I think it's another timeline that was added. However, I think this is the first video I'm gonna do about Trunks. We do have to go deeper into him, but I think it's just should have been a lot more about him. And I'm going around and around. It's just, we need more story, more explaining. We need more fights with him being able to train a lot more and be able to become like his father. Gohan stopped training, but Trunks never did in his timeline. So I feel we need a little bit of closure. I want a movie with Trunks. I want more to Bardock when Bardock was just a lot of stories that we deserve as fans, as anime fans. I just want, sadly we won't get him because Akira Toriyama died. I would really suggest you look into Trunks, whoever is a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, and really look deep into what he did, everything he had to do into the Dragon Ball Z universe. He's very important. Without him, Goku would have died. I think Cell would have destroyed the planet, blah, blah, blah. It would have been a disaster. So that's why I think Trunks is important. He's a big fighter, and he pushed all the Saiyans into the new level. Without him, we wouldn't have get Dragon Ball Super, like I said. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And on to the next one, guys. Look into Trunks. He's very, very interesting. Take care, guys.